Start your engines. This is where it begins, right here. God, how magnificent is that? All right, first river crossing. This is what a Colorado mountain pass looks like. That view doesn't suck. Second summer. That's the trail that we just pray to the water gods so you don't get sick. Might be the most beautiful view we've had all day. Can we give away month supply of ketone IQ, hat, towel? You got to guess how many steps we're taking in this adventure. That's how every good adventure starts, right here. Boys in the back of a truck headed up a mountain.
An actual coach, naturally dedicated.
All right, here's what the topography looks like. So we go up, down a little bit, up, down a lot, up, down a little bit, up, down a lot. That's it.
Here's the Austin High School if you want to hit some 200s afterwards.
Yeah, we'll hit some speed work afterwards. So we're doing 4 mountain passes. It's called the 4-Loop Pass. It's in Aspen. We'll see Crested Butte from the wilderness area that we're going to be in, and we climb up above 12,000 feet 4 times, descend each of those, climb back up again, and then end on a big downhill. 26 miles, 7,800 feet of elevation gain. Yummy. So now it's kind of like rim to rim is what this one seems like. Instead of having to go rim to rim to rim, we just got to go rim to rim.
Light work.
Yeah, light work, baby. It's amazing how the mind works to be like, oh, I did something harder than that. This isn't going to be anything tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen. One lady, Sophie, dropped us off.
Hey, Sophie.
Start your engines. This is where it begins, right here at Maroon Bells. Check that out. 4-Loop Pass. So we start by going over this. What are the 4 passes?
West Maroon.
Okay.
Trail Rider, Frigid Air is second.
Ooh, I like the name of that one.
And then Trail Rider Pass, and then Buckskin.
Cool. We're gonna see Crested Butte when we're up there. All right, this is the first climb, Crater Lake Trail. It's Crater Lake right down there. All right, a little under 2 miles in, Crater Lake. Beautiful. God, how magnificent is that? Little running section. God, this is so pretty. So there's lots of water along the way. So we're pretty light on water. I just have these 2 bottles and then a water filter. We're gonna filter water every 90 minutes or so from different lakes and streams while we're out here. All right, first river crossing. We're doing it, baby. Easy peasy. Still dry. See if these boys don't fall in. All right, we got the sun coming up behind us. Going through a little rock garden right now. All right, if you're wondering why we didn't get the FKT, because of that.
It's because of these
Look
guys.
at Michael Brandt. Can't cross streams.
I guess ketones don't fuel stream crossing.
Just like that. FKT hopes are down the drains. This is my first time using these poles, and I had the wrong pole in the wrong hand, and I was wondering why it was so uncomfortable on my thumbs. Now I got it figured out. Whole new world. This is going to increase power uphill by 18.4%. First snow patch right here, 11,603 feet. We've climbed 2,000 feet so far, almost 6 miles in. About 2 hours, so 3 miles per hour average. Fueling strategy for this is my heart rate probably average out to be about 110 beats per minute for this entire thing, so pretty low aerobic effort, but still burning calories and definitely get dehydrated out here at this high elevation. Most of this hike is going to be above 11,000 feet, so I'm doing about 500 milligrams of LMNT sodium every hour, and I'm going to do about 3 to 4 ketone IQ shots. Expecting this to take around 9 to 10 hours to complete it. High elevation definitely zaps your energy. First pass, 12,471, 2,880 feet gained, 6.5 miles in. This is what a Colorado mountain pass looks like. It's pretty spectacular. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
100 milligrams of caffeine, ketones, and these taste good now.
These taste good now.
These taste really damn good.
And these were designed, not a lot of people know that the initial,
Those ones have caffeine?
very first people that we made Ketone IQ with was with the Special Operations Command, U.S. military, testing at altitude. So they're purpose built for altitude. They work at sea level too, but the initial thrust of the investigation was at altitude training.
That's why I drink these in the mountains, baby. I love these for Leadville. This and some salt in water bottles.
Yeah.
That's the mixture right there, baby.
The whole secret is that they turn into ATP, cellular energy, using less oxygen. So when you're at altitude and you have less oxygen, ketones work really well.
So cool. Can we give away one ketone costume that you've worn to someone who's watching this on YouTube? Yeah.
Those
You
are
have enough?
wonderful.
What about a ketone hat?
We can do a package. We can do a hat,
Okay.
towel, and a bunch of a month supply of Ketone IQ.
Month supply of ketone IQ, hat, towel. You got to guess how many steps we're taking in this adventure. 26 miles, 7,800 feet of elevation gain. The person who guesses the closest number of steps is going to win that from Mr. Michael, co-founder Ketone IQ.
Hell yeah.
Tons of wildflowers through here. That view doesn't suck. Espresso and tonic we're chatting about. Next business idea. We're both hooked on Cometeer, which is a really good frozen coffee. They come in pods. You defrost them. You can do a cold brew or hot coffee, and more caffeine than typical cup of coffee, 180 milligrams. All right, second summit of the day. Back up at 12.5 again. This one's called Frigid Air. Got a nice little snow patch up at the top. Look at this. God, the West is magnificent. Look at all those trails. So that's the trail that we just came up. So cool. It's just like mazes of trails through here. And then that trail down there, that little thin trail that goes over that mountain pass to Crested Butte. But look at this. These, that might be a 14er, right?
Yeah, that I believe might be Capitol.
Capitol Peak. That's supposed to be one of the hardest hikes in
It's got a nice
Colorado.
edge, is the rat.
That looks like a 14er.
One of these is Maroon.
Okay.
We're gonna pull around and we're gonna see Pyramid, which is over there as well. I know that Capitol is like a very dark gray, and you can get there actually through that
Oh, no
trail
way.
right there.
No way. That goes to Capitol Peak. Cool. All right, now we have a 2,250 foot descent down this. We're gonna run it. Well, I think we're looping around back over there or something. Look at that waterfall up there. Freaking beautiful. It's like a maze. History lesson. There was an avalanche here in 2019 that caused all of these downed trees, and they had to close this trail for a bit. Created so much devastation. Wow, look at this down here. Now we're entering the forest. This is pretty. Jeez. All right, here goes nothing. All right, just like that, we got water. So now we put this filter on, like so. And it filters right through. All right, we got the water from the stream over there, nice and cold, going through this filter. Now we're gonna pop it in these little water bottles. This is how we're refueling in nature. Please be clean water. Please don't get Giardia. You gotta pray too with these. It's a disclaimer on the packaging. It says pray to the water gods so you don't get sick. It's really cold. Boom. Just like that. Rehydrated. We figured something out that's really special. So I've been taking these grips off every single time, undoing the Velcro, taking the whole thing off so I can access stuff. All you gotta do is just hit this little red button right here, and boom, the pole slips off these. God, how clever. Nathan and Leaky, you guys are genius innovators in the outdoor adventure space. All right, this is the third climb of the day. This is the steepest, a couple thousand feet over, I think just 2 to 3 miles. So this one will test the quads and the lungs. This will be our third pass once we get to the top, and then just one more pass. If any of you guys have ambitions of doing Leadville, this would be a really good training hike / run, prepping for Leadville. You're up at high altitude for a lot of the day. It's a lot of climbing, a lot of up and down, and strengthens your ankles. It's a lot of uneven terrain, rocky terrain. Get used to using poles. Still lots of snow on that one. Might be the most beautiful view we've had all day. This is incredible.
Goes so far.
I know. I wonder how far that is. How many miles do you guys think that is to that mountain over there? Thinking out loud. Next time I would definitely tape my pinky fingers with these poles. Turns out it's a lot of rubbing. So if you're using poles, tape your pinky fingers. Feet still feel good, even though they did get wet in a stream. Hollow socks are doing their job. No blisters yet. We're back at Brain Code so I can get the results of my brain mapping that I did a few weeks ago. I'm really excited about this just to understand how my wild brain works.
Well, we're gonna do a little map review, go over all the deets. Moving into theta, 4, 5, 6, 7. On this lower part of theta, you have a little bit of excess. We'll talk about it. I'm wondering, just with having looked at your map, if what feels like your 60 is actually 90 and your 90 is like 120.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Again,
I'm using relative numbers.
Yeah,
so
but it's like when our baseline is like just really fast, like I could probably put somebody else in and you'd be like, that's my 60. They'd be like, oh my God, like there's no way this is 60, right? I think that your baseline just is faster, right? So I think that you're really, really fast. So your 90 is going like wild fast versus your, what you think is kind of cruising is probably also cooking your brain a little bit.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah, your brain already has some beautiful theta. I just think it would feel probably a little bit better with a little bit more. A little bit of extra alpha, as alpha, again, is that bridge. It's that gear shifter. Increasing alpha would help you to feel a little bit more neuroflexible, neuroplastic. You have amazing low beta and beta, which is that clean, focused energy. Some people need to tweak way more than 1%. And some people come to neurofeedback and are like, hey, I'm looking to get that 1% better. I'm looking for that edge. I'm looking for that neuro optimization. How do I do that? Just like with our bodies, right? Maybe that's, adding in cardio. Maybe that's adding in exercises that you've just never done before.
Some of the biggest learnings were my brain isn't great at shifting gears between different brain waves. It operates really well in certain brain waves like beta, which is like get shit done, but doesn't work as well in, let's say, like delta, which is, more calm, thoughtful. I'm going to do some different neuro training so that I can improve in the brain waves where my brain isn't as strong. So yeah, I'm excited to try some of this neuro training to see if we can get my brain to function a little better in different brain waves rather than just like the theta brain wave where it's like getting shit done all the time.
Backside of Maroon Bells over there. Fall Summit, where we are right now. Headed up to that right there. This is the trail. You can kind of see it winding up through there. There's a person right there. Then it's going to go up over there. Then we're going to go down around the backside of that. And then loop around back over there where we started. A bunch of you guys were asking what sunglasses these are on one of my biking videos. These are Rokas. These are the San Remo. I like these the best of all the ones I've tried from Roka. Great for cycling, running. I like that they stay on my face really well. They don't move around. They certainly offer amazing sun protection from the eyes. They're great for the wind when I'm biking. My eyes don't dry out. And the biggest thing with these is I like that they have a frame around them. I find that sweat doesn't drip down them as easily as ones without a frame. The other ones I was wearing, which I do like a lot, but I would find sweat dripping down them here and there with the Matador Air. But these are San Remo Rokas. Almost back up to 12,500 feet for the third time today. This is a steep one. Look at this view though. It's incredible. We're going down that trail right there. And then we go around the backside of Maroon to get back to Aspen. And that's all of what we came around. We literally just like looped around this thing right here, passing over these 4 passes. This is why we live in Colorado. Spectacular. This is one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen in Colorado. Look at this. This lake is so blue. Snowmass Lake. God, that's insane.
Wow.
Unreal. Always came from up there. Headed down. If anybody wants to do this hike, definitely wait until July 4th weekend or later, because there's still snow. I can only imagine, like 2 weeks ago, a lot of these crossings probably would have been really difficult to get over. But yeah, July 4th through probably September. Incredible. It's the best lake I've done in Colorado. Look at that. All right, this might be the most beautiful lake I have ever filled a water bottle up in. Look at this. If I get sick from this lake, I mean, I'm fine with that. No big deal. It was worth it. Totally worth it. God, so beautiful. Last climb of the day, right up there, Maroon Bells. We are 6,000 feet of climbing, 7 hours in, 21 miles. How many miles are we in, Pete?
Just shy of 21.
Just shy of 21 miles. So we got about 5.5 to go. We just got to go up 1,800 feet, up that, and then we get to eat steak, which is the pot of gold at the end of the tunnel for us. We got 1,200 more feet of climbing, and then we're to the last pass, Pyramid Peak, and then down into Aspen. Bit of a pro tip: when you get towards the top of any of these mountains, you don't want to look too far ahead because it can be pretty daunting. So I just look at what's right in front of me, focus on one step at a time, and eventually I'll get to the top of these switchbacks that are really steep. We're almost to the final pass. Look at this. Here's one side, here's the other side. Just spectacular. Alright, now we go down into Aspen, right down this trail right here. Save the best for last. Breakfast burrito. It's different when you're 23.5 miles into a hike. You can almost see where we're headed. All the way down there, that little trail winding down. We're going right in the middle there, and then this is the exit, basically right in the middle of all these mountains right here. 25 miles in, downhill along this stream. Really pretty. 1 mile plus a half a mile to go. 1.5 miles. At least it's downhill on this one on the way down, but tell you what, all these rocks, they're not fun on the ankles right about now. We're almost back. Maroon Bells right up there. Sign right there. That's the lake. We are almost done. This is how the hike ends in the aspen trees. It's so pretty when the sun is shimmering through these aspens, especially in the fall. Aspen's one of my favorite places in the world to come to in the fall. Same with Steamboat. Any place that's at an elevation of like 8,000 feet in Colorado, for the most part, has aspen trees. And in the fall, man, few things beat how pretty they are. Well, that was an adventure. We are done. 27.64 miles, 7,600 feet of elevation gain. And we're back at Maroon Lakes. Oh, look at this. Sophie, you're amazing.
Yeah, they were like, this is one of the
How about
hardest
this?
I've ever done, yeah.
Watermelon, oranges.
Everything.
You rock. Good work.
Wastewater.
You too, Eric.
Thank you.
Looking awesome.
Man, that downhill at the end kind of hurt my feet.
Yeah, we were dying.
Nice to that black.
Yeah, that was so fun though. Dude, thanks for putting that together. All right, here's the aftermath. I'm getting those next.
Whoever wants the rarest
Steaks.
is beef.
I'll take rare.
All right.